What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing a New York Jets realistic rebuild as they're 5-2 on the season, and they've just traded for James Robinson after unfortunately losing Breece Hall for the season, which really sucks. So today, like I said, we're going to be doing a New York Jets realistic rebuild today. Before we get today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one. Of course, subscribe if you're new around here. Always greatly appreciated. But when it comes to the New York Jets, man, a lot to be excited about. They drafted super well. Garrett Wilson looks like he's a stud. Of course, like I said, Breece Hall was absolutely doing amazing work before he got injured. So obviously he's not actually injured in Madden, but James Robinson was traded for. Now, I don't know what they plan on doing with James Robinson once Breece Hall is back, but for now he's on the roster. So I assume it's like a short-term solution. Elijah Moore was requesting a trade. It's really weird. He had a burner account on Twitter if you heard about that story. Sauce Gardner has been locking up #1 corners. So there's a lot to be excited about if you're a Jets fan, for sure. So we're going to go ahead and submit the rest of this season. Right now, currently 5-2, and they get a huge game this weekend going up against New England Patriots, which the Patriots for years have bullied them because of Tom Brady and how good the Patriots have been. So hopefully get some revenge here, and hopefully this Jets squad, after being 5-2, can start out this rebuild in the playoffs. You see all this? This could be you. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players that you love watching each and every Sunday. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and they pretty much have every sport you can absolutely imagine. NFL, NBA, soccer, CSGO. But since we're an NFL channel, we're going to go ahead and talk about the NFL for a second. So let's say I want to go Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes over on both of them. 2 players gets me up to 3 times my money. But if I wanted to go even crazier, let's say I want to do 5 players, throw 5 players in here. You can go up to 5 players, which that's going to 10 times your money if you get all correct, which you can go flex play. Even if you get 4 right, you still get a little bit of money in return. Now, I will tell you, I have started with $100 in here, and I'm up to $500. Prize Picks has been so much fun for me this year. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. So at the end of the season, we end up finishing 9-8, and we do make the playoffs. The Dolphins went 5-12, Patriots 8-9. I imagine the Dolphins will be in the mix of things as well, not being 5-12, especially since Tua is back and hopefully he stays healthy. And of course, the Colts are starting Sam Ehlinger this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. But as far as the offense is concerned, it was 22nd in the NFL. The Jets have been kind of doing it with Breece Hall and defense. Not sure if Zach Wilson's contributed as much as they would want him to just yet, but eventually he's going to get involved. Rushing-wise, James Robinson, like I said, he took over. Breece Hall had 825 yards and 17 touchdowns until he got his job taken away, which is crazy. Elijah Moore, unless he played some of these games when he wasn't supposed to, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Elijah Moore, 1,000 yards, so hey, he's getting involved, so maybe he won't request a trade now. Braxton Berrios, Garrett Wilson, 4 touchdowns. I would like to see Garrett Wilson more involved in Braxton Berrios, to be honest with you. But sacks, we had 12 from Carl Lawson, 5.5 from Quentin Williams, 3.5 from John Franklin Myers, and 2 from Sheldon Rankin. So let's get in this offseason. Well, I guess we can get into this playoff game first, going up against the Indianapolis Colts. Let's see if we can come out here and beat the Colts. Even if we lose here, it's not going to matter. And we do beat the Colts, so that's even more experience for Zach Wilson in this Jets squad. So that's honestly kind of promising. But now we get the Kansas City Chiefs. I imagine we don't win this one, but you never really know. And we do lose 23-20, so at least we put up a good fight. But now we can head to the offseason with our head held high and ready to have a really damn good offseason to continue to retool this Jets squad. So we have about $50 million in cap space and 20 players ready to renegotiate their contracts. You have Connor McGovern. Looking at all these guys, Bryce Huff, I guess, is somebody I wouldn't mind having back. Quan Alexander, at 29 years old, probably won't worry about too much. James Robinson, like I said, I don't know what they'll do with James Robinson and Breece Hall. I'll give James Robinson an offer since they did trade for him. I don't know what the future is, and he is back. So we get Robinson and Breece Hall as our 2 running backs, I guess, and then we have, obviously, Michael Carter as well. And then I'll give Bryce Huff an offer if he wants to come back, continue to be depth for us, and he's going to test free agency, which is fine. No big deal. So we're going into free agency with about $43 million to work with. Is actually pretty good. So let's get into free agency, and let's see what we can do. So in free agency on day 1, stage 1 of free agency, kind of want to take a look at this squad fully healthy real quick as well and kind of see where we're lacking. It looks like left tackle might be an issue, although Mekhi Becton should be. Yeah, I was going to say Mekhi Becton should be healthy now. So yeah, it's Breece Hall who has superstar development, which is well-deserved. Garrett Wilson's got star. Corey Davis has star. Conklin, star development. You got Elijah Vera Tucker, Tomlinson, Mekhi Becton. So Mekhi Becton is listed at right tackle. So it looks like we need a left tackle in free agency if we can get one, or just in general need a tackle. So we need to look for that, and a guard. It looks like we don't have a guard either, so that's kind of unfortunate. Tight end, Tyler Conklin's fine. The weapons on offense are great. I am going to start Breece Hall over, of course, I would say James Robinson. I think that makes a lot of sense. So Robinson and Breece Hall will be our 1-2 punch. Defensively, you have Martin, who went up to star development, which is nice. And then you have John Franklin Myers, Jermaine Johnson, Carl Lawson. So a lot to be excited about on the D-line. Like I said, Sauce Gardner deserves superstar development, to be honest with you. The man, I almost feel justified by giving that man superstar development. He has been phenomenal in real life. I'm doing it. I don't care what Madden says. You might hate me for this, but I'm doing it. The man has been an absolute freaking stud. There's no one else that deserves superstar development than this guy. I'm giving it to him. He deserves it. Maybe even an X factor, but I won't go that far. I'm giving him superstar development, and we can continue to, figure out what we're going to do with the rest of this roster. So I think in free agency, I'm just going to be simply targeting Elton Jenkins and Nate Davis, which I'm not #1 offer on either, and they don't have interest in signing with me. So we might be at a disadvantage on getting either one of them. But you know what? We're going to give it a shot because I do want to improve the offensive line. So we got Elton Jenkins. We're #1 offer on him, and I'll offer Nate Davis a pretty big salary as well because I would love to just kind of have the offensive line, not to worry about for the rest of the video. If we get both of them, that's great. And we get none. That's great. So free agency, we strike out immediately. Do not get anybody we were kind of wanting. And now it's getting thin. So offensive line and whatever else is going to have to be addressed in free agency, I guess. One thing we could get is a tight end. I have, Tyler Conklin's fine and all, but Evan Ingram at superstar development, can't go wrong there. So if we could get him, that'd be great. But I don't want to break the bank over him. I guess I'm giving very player friendly to overlap the Cardinals, but we're not there, so it doesn't look like he's going to sign with me, and he actually does, thankfully. That's cool. To get Elton Jenkins, do we want to do anything else, or are we ready to just kind of run into the draft? Because we struck out on the two guys we wanted the most for the offensive line. We didn't get either of them, so looks like offensive line is either going to have to be addressed through the draft or trades. And honestly, I draft the same guys all the time for offensive line, so I would love nothing more than to trade for a tackle here. Let's get a left tackle through the trades. Grabbing veteran tackle Garrett Bowles from the Denver Broncos, offering a 3rd and a 4th in next year's draft. At first, I'm just going to head in the draft and figure out the tackle situation there, but figured Garrett Bowles could be somebody you could maybe get because he just got injured, so maybe the Broncos would be willing to move on from him. I don't know. So we need a center, or we can have Laken Thompson play there. So either way, or a guard, whatever we decide to do. Again, I am going to still start Breece Hall over James Robinson. And then now we have Tyler I thought Uzama was gone. I didn't even see him on our depth chart, but Evan Ingram is there at superstar development as well, so can't be too ashamed about that. But I think in this draft, we definitely should be going for defense mostly. D tackle is a huge issue, and maybe another linebacker as well was definitely kind of needed. So let's head into the draft, and let's do our best to have a good defensive draft because, yeah, we got a tackle. Could use another offensive lineman, which Torrance is always there in round 4 if we want to grab him because he's just kind of a steal there. So could still do that as well, but I definitely need defensive players here. So linebacker is going to be my #1 priority, and we don't have like multiple draft picks or anything like that, so I can't hang our hat on that. But we got to round 2 last year, which is really promising. We like our weapons on offense. Defense just needs a little bit more improvement. So Michael Mayer goes to the Colts at 24. So at 25, we have Antonio Johnson, which I said we kind of maybe needed a strong safety, so kind of don't mind the idea of that. Jordan Battle also, but I took him yesterday. Jamar Gibbs, Will McDonald. We got a middle linebacker in Henry here out of Alabama. Kind of makes me want to take him, but we can maybe wait on him until the next round, Raheem Jarrett. So I think I am going to go ahead and take Antonio Johnson out of Texas A&M. I have Jordan Whitehead right now, but I definitely wouldn't mind solving my strong safety position with a hidden development Antonio Johnson. I think that's pretty promising. So welcome to the Jets, Antonio Johnson. And then D tackle is also kind of big here, which could have been really nice to address that. Probably should have done that earlier, but D tackle here. Let's see what we got. Will McDonald, Raheem Jarrett. I know Will McDonald's a stud, but obviously he's not a D tackle. So I don't know if we get a good defensive tackle. Well, I guess Jervin Dexter out of Florida isn't too bad. So I'll grab Jervin Dexter here. He might even be normal dev. I can't remember, but I'm happy to have him regardless. Hidden development, actually. So that's promising. Jervin Dexter, welcome to the Jets. And then round 4, we definitely did not grab a linebacker, so that could be an issue, but we can maybe find one here, maybe in round 4, or worst case scenario, you guys already know who I'll go for because it's just easy to get him. Drew Sanders is here, but he's probably going to not be very good, so is it even worth it? I might as well just grab the, for sure, hidden development player that I know is good, and Torrance to be my new guard because we need a offensive lineman. So Cyrus Torrance, welcome to the Jets. Always a steal if you need a guard, so I'll have to keep taking him. So on the offensive side of the ball, you're going to have Zach Wilson, Breece Hall, James Robinson is your 1-2 punch still. Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore. I want Garrett Wilson to be my number one, to be honest with you. And then Evan Ingram, Mekhi Becton, tight end trio. Offensive line's looking pretty good. Defensively, on the other hand, you did not really get a linebacker like I wanted to. I am going to start Antonio Johnson over Jordan Whitehead, Jervin Dexter at D tackle, and then I still want Sauce Gardner to be my number one corner. So the depth is a little bit of an issue, but we'll roll with it for now and just kind of hope that we can work it out. So going to simulate this season. I don't know if we made the playoffs this time around. We got to it last year, so hopefully we can do that again. We'll see what happens. So at the end of the season, we went a very, very disappointing 5-12 on the season. Not where I want to be whatsoever. 5-12 is not acceptable for this roster, I will say, because I honestly thought we could make a move this year, but we're still a young squad. Going from 9-8 to 5-12 is not ideal. So we got to fix that. We got to correct whatever went wrong here. We got to continue to add talent. Whatever it takes, we got to get better, because 5-12 unacceptable. Offense was 32nd in NFL, so that's kind of a huge issue. And defensively, 22nd in the NFL. So Zach Wilson, 30-12. I want to like Zach Wilson, but I don't know if he's the problem, I would say. Breece Hall, James Robinson, 1,100 yards. Receiving wise, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, Evan Ingram, Corey Davis. So it looks like the offense moved the ball. I mean, did they though? They only had, like I said, not many yards at all. I mean, and you know, being 32nd in the NFL is not great. And then obviously you got Sauce Gardner, 4 from Antonio Johnson, day 1 starter, also award winner. So he is superstar development. So we have 2 superstars in the secondary. So we can only expect this to get better and hope this ship turns around. Let's go into free agency. I guess we got 13 players ready to negotiate their contracts. So let's see what we have going on here. Quinnen Williams, Carl Lawson, Bryce Hall, Corey Davis, Mekhi Becton, Ashton Davis. Yeah, immediately there's like 2 guys for sure I want back. Quinnen Williams, 100,000%. Want Quinnen Williams to stay my D tackle, so hopefully he stays. He does. Quinnen Williams back. Carl Lawson, I feel like I can afford to lose. Bryce Hall, I like him as my secondary corner, so we're excited to have him back still. And Mekhi Becton is probably the other one I'm looking at and saying, hey, please don't leave me. So Mekhi Becton, 81 overall superstar development tackle. Yes, we keep him. Okay. Lawson, Corey Davis, Whitehead, Barrios, Ashton Davis. I'm cool with losing. We can go into free agency and get a better free safety. Maybe we find a superstar X factor free safety. Who knows? I'm just going to try to get better at those positions. So free agency's got to be a big one. $47 million to spend. We need another wide receiver now as well. So hopefully we can spend big at that position. Offensive line still looking pretty dominant, or pretty decent, I should say. Still don't want James Robinson to start over Breece Hall. I will say Garrett Wilson, and then we're going to need another wide receiver. So Elijah Moore, I want to continue to be him to be my slot. Robinson to back up Breece Hall. And then defensively, you have no linebacker, which that's still an issue. And then Jacob Martin could move down to the end, or you can have Jermaine Johnson actually step up in this role now as well. Either way, linebacker and free safety is the biggest issue. Corners, maybe use another one, but linebacker, free safety, biggest issue on the offense. And then another wide receiver. Our biggest issue on the defense, another wide receiver on the offense, is going to be pretty important. So let's see what we got going out here. So we don't need Nick Bosa. Jay Jettas has no offers right now. I mean, not very often you get to sign a guy like Jay Jettas. Antoine Winfield immediately solves my free safety problem. So yeah, give me Antoine Winfield if we can get him. That'd be freaking fantastic. We are in the running with another guy. Cam Akers, Bobby Wagner. I mean, Bobby Wagner, if he wasn't old, probably be great. Logan Wilson actually is a really nice signing for us as well, because we definitely could use him. I know for sure he's a better coverage linebacker. Probably the best coverage linebacker we have out here. Or you could get like Isaiah Simmons as well, who has no other offers. Not Bobby Wagner, but Isaiah Simmons, I think, is who I want. Isaiah Simmons, no offer, so I feel like I can give him a neutral offer. And then I can spend big on Jay Jettas, and then that could be our whole problem solved. He has no other offers. Give me Justin Jefferson. Let's bring Justin Jefferson to New York. Jefferson, no other offers. And then I really want Antoine Winfield. So if I have to cut somebody in order to free up some money to get Antoine Winfield, I will do it. So let's go see if there's anybody that's, you know, kind of somebody could feel free to cut away. And I said we needed another corner as well. So let's see if there's anybody that I could cut that's just making a ton of money that we don't need. Mosley, immediately, you're gone. You're okay and all, but $17 million is going to be very handy. So Mosley's gone. Savings wise, we have Bulls, Franklin Myers, Tomlinson, DJ Reed, Uzama. Yeah, we could free up him as well. Uzama will cut. We have 3 tight ends. So that's already a lot of money freed up. So that should be able to spend a little bit more on somewhere else. So I'm feeling good about that. All right, so now we should be able to up our offer on Antoine Winfield. We should be able to get Isaiah Simmons. We should be able to sign someone else still after. So Let's go to Antoine Winfield, and let's up our offer even more because I definitely want him to be part of this squad. So Winfield, Jay Jettas, and Isaiah Simmons. Sign me up for all that. Please get all three of them. That would be huge. We do get both of them. Let's go. And then Isaiah Simmons, we're still in the #1 offer for him, and he signed. So Isaiah Simmons, Antoine Winfield, and Jay Jettas coming to New York. You love to see it. Herbert's still sitting out here, but we have Zach Wilson, so I'm not going to do anything there. Okay. Quarterback was the other thing. Steven Nelson, James Bradbury, King, William Jackson. I don't like any of these offers. You know what? Let's go trade for a corner. Let's go trade for a corner. Just signed Jay Jettas. We just got Antoine Winfield. We got Isaiah Simmons to be our brand new middle linebacker. We cut Mosley. Got a superstar X Factor. And then Garrett Wilson. That's looking awesome. Defensively, we still need an outside linebacker. And then Jermaine Johnson is sitting here at... do we not have an actual linebacker? We actually need 2 outside linebackers. Man, this is not looking good. Okay. Because I want to have Jermaine Johnson play the D-line. And Sauce Gardner. And then I said I wanted to trade for a corner. Man. All right. We still got some... still got some stuff to work on. So, still have $21 million. I said I needed... hopefully Logan Wilson's still here. That'd be really nice. I doubt it, though. Let's see if he's still available. And he is not. Yeah, he's not available. Damn. Okay. Should have tried it for Logan Wilson earlier. No good corners. And then left outside linebacker. Gary, Melvin Ingram, none of those are going to fit what I am looking for. Quincy Williams, sure, but no thanks. So, I think I'm going to solve my problem with trading for a corner, and then I'm going to draft linebackers. I think that's going to be my resolution here. Sending a second and a third over to the Cleveland Browns for Greg Newsome to be my brand new corner because I just want to add cornerback depth as much as possible. And now we head into the draft with the 4th overall pick. So I'm kind of hoping we can grab a linebacker here. Now, I might have messed up by trading both of those picks because I probably could have used one of them to grab another linebacker. But hopefully, we have a legitimate linebacker sitting here somewhere here on the top of the board. Damon Payne, Donovan Jackson. We probably should trade this pick, honestly. David Brinkley, maybe I can't risk it. I got to take David Brinkley here. I got to add some linebacker help here. So Brinkley, welcome to the New York Jets. We need your services. Isaiah Simmons, David Brinkley, and then whoever else we have playing linebackers. So, yeah, kind of shouldn't have traded both those picks for Newsome, but you know what? It's all right. I messed up there, but we're going to have one poverty linebacker, but hopefully the rest of the defense can make up for it, and we'll be fine. So offensively, you have Zach Wilson, Breece Hall, James Robinson, Jay Jettas, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Evan Ingram, Conklin, Mekhi Becton, Torrance, Tomlinson, Vera Tucker, and Garrett Bowles. Defensively, you got Brinkley, Isaiah Simmons, and then you have, like I said, one poverty linebacker, Antonio Johnson, Sauce Gardner, Greg Newsome, Bryce Hall, Jacob Martin, Quinn Williams, Jervin Dexter, John Franklin Myers, and Jermaine Johnson, Antoine Winfield on top of that. So hopefully this is good enough to go out there and make the playoffs this season. It has been a long ride. We made it to, actually not really a long ride. We went 9-8 and then like 5-12. So hopefully we can make this 3rd season our playoff year. So at the end of the season, we went 12-5. This is our final season. So no matter what happens. Offense was 5th in the NFL this year. So really good offense once again, which is really promising. Defensively, on the other side of the ball, we were terrible. So that is not promising on the other hand. Receiving wise, Garrett Wilson, Jefferson, Evan Ingram, Elijah Moore all got involved. And sacks, we had 9 from Jervin Dexter, 7, and 6.5. So the only 2 things that I did is I signed a center and I also signed Shaq Thompson. That was like the only 2 things I did in the offseason. So if we take a look at the squad before we get into these playoffs and end off the video, hopefully on a high note, hoisting a Lombardi trophy. This is what your offense looks like. It's kind of the same. I signed Patrick McCarr. That was about it. And defensively, I got Shaq Thompson. And they also drafted, I guess, a middle linebacker for me. But yeah, this is your defense. So not playing great, I guess. I don't know if it's a scheme issue. If we move the scheme, does it get better? I don't know. I don't know if you should change the scheme in the middle of the playoffs, but we'll do it anyway. So let's get into the playoffs. We're playing the Texans, and hopefully we don't lose. If we lose in round 1, not ideal. So let's see if we can come out here. We do have to deal with Will Anderson, and I have no idea who their quarterback is, but you got Stingley versus Sauce Gardner. So hopefully we come out here and beat the Texans. It is at Houston. Let's come out here and show our value to this to these playoffs. We get an interception by DeJordan Strong. Don't even know who that is. So far, no score on either side of the ball, but we finally get a field goal up. Defense is playing great, so maybe it was a scheme issue. 10-0. Yeah, defense is shutting out the Texans so far. Don't know who the quarterback is on their side, but 17-0, 17-7. Can keep this up. 17-7 again. Yeah, I mean, who is the quarterback for the Texans? I got to find out because we're shutting them out. If it's a good quarterback, then I'm going to feel pretty good. I don't know who it was. We got to find out real quick. But we beat the... It was Caleb Williams. Okay. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. So maybe it was a scheme thing. I changed it. And immediately things got better. We're on to the next one. It's time for the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs. We just beat the Texans. My defense stepped up big time. So hopefully they can step up in this game as well. Need my offense to score at will because it is the Chiefs. They went 15-2, I think. So this could be the end of our run. This is our first drive. We need to score. Come out here and score right away. 3-0, I'll take it. They respond with a field goal, so we hold them to a field goal. It is 10-3. So far, so good. They respond to another field goal. Can we come out? Another field goal for us, but they respond again with a touchdown this time. So it's a tie ball game. They're going to go up by a field goal, and now we get the ball back in the third quarter. Need to score here. We do not need to score here. Can we do it? And we get a field goal. So it's a field goal back and forth kind of game so far, but we take the lead here. 23-16. We get a stop on defense, and we give them the ball back. We get another stop, and that should be... Let's go, baby. I did not expect to beat the Chiefs here, but now we get to play our division rival, the Buffalo Bills, and we're moving on. We've beaten Caleb Williams. We've beaten Patrick Mahomes. Now it's time to add Josh Allen to that list. 3 goated quarterbacks, at least in Madden. Caleb Williams is a pretty good quarterback in this simulation, but we get the ball to start things off, and they get a safety, or I guess they had the ball, but we get a touchdown. They got a safety on us, which is... kind of unfortunate, but it looks like, oh, we had the lead there, but we get it back. Okay, 14-12. Can we go up? Bro, we've been so close to the end zone, but we're not scoring. We need to score, and there's a score. There you go, 21-12, but they get a touchdown as well. Get an interception from Greg Newsome, which is why we got him. It's 24-27. Need a score here. Okay, defense does not, or gets to stop. It's 3 minutes left on the game. Your boy is going to come out here, and he's going to make something happen. I have Elijah Moore in press coverage, it looks like. I'm going to have Evan Ingram on the outside. What are we going to take? I'm going to have B, actually. Give me B. That's Garrett Wilson. Or it's Justin Jefferson, I should say. Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, 2 stud wide receivers that we have on our roster right now. So play action, PA crosshairs. You guys know how this play goes in Madden. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to get rid of this. Oh, that's going to be intentional grounding. Are you serious? I thought I was out of the pocket, man. That's so annoying. I had to get rid of it. Offensive line didn't block. Oh, well, it is what it is. Okay, 2nd and 26. We can make up ground. We can make up ground. We got plenty of wide receivers that can come out here and make up plenty of ground. I'm not too worried about it. So let's go to Dagger. Let's come out here and either give the ball to Jay Jettas or look for Garrett Wilson or just take the underneath of Ingram. Easy. I'm going to have Justin Jefferson one-on-one, and I'm not going to have time to get it off. 2nd and 26. It's 3rd and 26 now. Okay. Ultimately, they have the lead, so this is 4-down territory, I would say, because I don't like giving the ball back to them, so I am going to have to just make up ground here big time. So hopefully I can find, like, Evan Ingram wide open in the middle or something. Let's see. I got to get time. Evan Ingram should be open as long as I get time. Ingram is there, and of course... Wait, Jettas, come back for it! No! It was over. I literally threw that to Evan Ingram. I have to go for this. I threw that to Evan Ingram. That's how bad it was overthrown. Jefferson could have came back for it, though. All right. I don't know why I'm going for it on a 4th and 26, but I just don't feel comfortable giving the Bills the... I literally got to throw to Jefferson and hope for the best, and that's not going to get... Unless if I get a PI, yeah, just unfortunate, man. Hopefully my defense gave me the ball back, and they do, but it is a 10-point game, so... Probably doesn't matter at this point now. We literally got screwed by an intentional grounding, and then... Just a terrible ball by Zach Wilson there when Evan Ingram was wide open. It's just super unfortunate stuff. Not really anything you can do about it. And my offensive line is just kind of poverty. I mean, I'm holding the ball. Yeah, I've been sacked 4.5 times by this one dude. They've had 8 sacks in this game. I'm going to give B a chance here, and that's going to be intercepted probably. And it's not. 2nd and 21. Okay. I just... Zach Wilson sucks, I guess. I mean, at least in Madden. I mean, that pass earlier... So poverty, had Evan Ingram, that just, it's what killed me in this game ultimately. I have to give Jefferson a chance. And it's going to be overthrown. By a mile, by a country mile, man. Give Jefferson a chance. I'm so mad Jefferson didn't catch that, though, on that overthrown ball. It was kind of thrown to him, but still, it's intended for Evan Ingram. And we don't even have Jefferson out on this last throw. Literally going to have to go to Evan Ingram. And doesn't catch it. Get all the way to the AFC Championship and lose the way we did. Super disappointing, but I'm going to end it there, man. At least we got the Jets to the AFC Championship. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys Monday. Crushables, I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.